So while making my top 10 superhero movies video, I realized there were only 2 DC movies on that list. So today I thought I would share with you my top 10 favorite DC movies of all time. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Gabriel and I love to rank movies. If you can relate, consider hitting that subscribe button. And please know that everything I say about these movies is just my opinion, but I would love to see yours down in the comment section. And before we get started, let's address the elephant in the room. I'm using another set. If you guys like it, I might use it again, but as of now, this is not permanent, and this will probably be the only time I actually use this set. And I also wanted to tell you guys that I was on a podcast with Screen Trooper Studios. As of now, I don't think it's on YouTube yet, but when it is, I will surely put it in the iCard and link it in the description. In 10th place, I have Man of Steel. Now, this is a deeply flawed movie that I actually have a really good time with. Yes, the color grading is awful. Like, seriously, Man of Steel, great call. They said they want their color back. This isn't the best DCEU movie in my opinion, but I still really like it. People were telling me this film was boring, and surprisingly, I actually thought this film was quite entertaining. The CGI isn't the greatest, but the action sequences and Henry Cavill's performance saved the movie for me. And even the score is fantastic, as expected with Hans Zimmer. Like I said, this film is nowhere near flawless, but I do think it deserves to be in my top 10 favorite DC films. In 9th place, I have Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut. Now, just to be clear, I have not seen the original theatrical version of this film directed by Richard Lester, so please tell me down in the comment section if you think I should. I watched this version because people were telling me it was better, but now to the actual review. I thought the original Superman film was really boring, to be honest, and I don't think the Donner cut was boring at all like the original was. Even though the original is probably the better movie, objectively, I do think this film is a little bit better. It was much more enjoyable in my opinion, and I think it has some better performances. The action sequences were pretty solid, even though none of them topped the helicopter scene from the first film. It was also great to see different villains in this movie other than Lex Luthor. The villains were kinda weird, but that doesn't stop this film from being a pretty good Superman movie. It's the best Superman solo movie that I've seen. Even though this film is flawed, it's easily in my top 10 favorite DC movies and even better than the original in my opinion. Then in 8th place, I have Justice League. Please don't sue. I'm sorry. I actually think this is a pretty good film. I've seen it twice now, and I've liked it both times. I understand why some people hate this film. Steppenwolf is a very generic villain. The CGI is horrible, but I think the action is exciting, the humor lands for the most part, and the cast is really good. I actually think Ezra Miller's portrayal of the Flash is pretty fun too. I just like this film in general, and it's one of my most controversial opinions. Next up in 7th place, I have Batman 89. Now, this is just a classic 80s movie from the all-star cast including Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson to the amazing and iconic characters, not to mention Danny Elfman's eerie score that I think is absolutely amazing. It's one of my favorite Tim Burton movies. I also really like the look of Gotham City. Everything in this film is just so comic booky, and I would really recommend this film to any superhero movie fans. Number 6 is Batman Begins. Batman Begins is an impressive superhero movie that manages to be both new and refreshing while paying homage to the characters it adapts. The cast is as good as it goes for a Batman movie, with Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Christian Bale, Gary Oldman, and others all doing a great job. It isn't quite the groundbreaker that its sequel, The Dark Knight, is, but it is still a really good movie nonetheless. Kicking off the top 5 is the Lego Batman movie. Who knew a movie starring Batman that is completely made out of Legos would work so well? The Lego Batman movie is very funny, wonderfully animated, and has some terrific voice performances. As a Batman fan, I can safely say that this movie delivers everything you want from this type of film. And even if you aren't a hardcore fan of DC, you can still appreciate this movie in one way or another. This film should be a waste of time, yet here we are. Number 4 is Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Yes, 2 animated comedies in a row. Teen Titans Go to the Movies is unbelievably clever with jokes that land perfectly and easily in the top 5 DC movies for me. The film also looks amazing and the colors are visually appealing. Not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of the Teen Titans show, but this film is much more funny and easily one of the best and most rewatchable DC films. Winning the bronze medal is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, the theatrical version. Yes, the theatrical version. I agree, this film does have some plot issues, but the action is just so well done in my opinion. The first action sequence is one of my favorite action scenes in all superhero movies, and the climax where Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are all fighting together is too. I just think this is an amazing movie with a great cast, great action, special effects that aren't as bad as people say, and as a whole, this film is my second favorite Batman movie and third favorite DC movie. My runner-up is The Dark Knight. Objectively, this is one of the best films ever made. There's nothing bad I can say about it. Everything is nearly perfect, if not perfect. This film was amazingly crafted, directed, acted, and written by people that were trying to make one of the best superhero movies. And guess what? They succeeded. Before I tell you my favorite DC movie, here are 5 honorable mentions: The Dark Knight Rises, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Superman, and Batman Returns. But in first place is Shazam. This film is incredibly funny, and it is easily my favorite DC movie. Zachary Levi perfectly pulls off the man-child, just as good as Tom Hanks did as Josh in Big. This film has some of the best special effects in all of the DCEU, and some of the action is actually really smart. This film made me really excited for Shazam! Fury of the Gods and Black Adam, and for me, this is one of the best superhero movies up to date.
Martha! Why did you say that name?
Martha was an average dog. She went
and bruh.